faithfulness in the drought. Acti, cracked earth, weary heart. The sun bore down relentlessly upon the parched farmland, its unyielding light searing the earth into a cracked mosaic of dry soil, stretching endlessly toward the horizon like a barren sea. The air shimmered with heat across the vast expanse, creating an illusion of water that was not there, an irony that felt like a cruel joke. Matthew, a humble farmer whose hands bore the calluses of countless seasons, stood amidst his wilting crops, the once vibrant green now faded to a painful brown. Despair rose within him like a tide he could not control, threatening to drown him in its unyielding grip. He kneeled, his knees pressing into the dust, eyes closed tightly against the pain of watching his labor wither away. "Shepherd of my soul," he murmured, his voice hoarse with mingled dust and desperation. "Why have you forsaken us? We've toiled faithfully, yet the rains elude us." His hands, rough and weathered, clenched the dry earth as if to hold on to hope itself. Every grain of soil felt like a reminder of his struggle. The wind whispered faintly through the brittle stalks, brushing against his face like a gentle breath of comfort. Or was it merely his imagination? The air seemed to hum with a presence unseen, a delicate reminder that perhaps he was not alone. He glanced skyward, seeking a sign, any sign, but saw only the harsh brilliance of unending blue rising. He trudged back to the farmhouse, a solitary figure etched against the barren landscape, each step heavy with unspoken prayers.
The weight of waiting, days turned to weeks, and Matthew labored tirelessly, tending to the dying plants with whatever water he could spare. The sun rose and set in an unbroken cycle, casting long shadows that mirrored the growing desolation within his heart. Each day his spirit felt a little more drained, a little more helpless, as the earth remained stubbornly dry. One evening, as the setting sun painted the sky with strokes of orange and gold, he found himself back at the field's edge, drawn by an insistent ache in his heart. The evening air was cool, a brief reprieve from the heat of the day. He looked out over his fields, the silent testimony of his struggle, and felt the tightening grip of uncertainty loosening slightly. He sank to his knees again, dusk settling around him like a shroud. "Holy One," he whispered, tears etching clean lines on his dust-smeared face, "help me to trust in your wisdom. I cannot carry this burden alone." His voice was soft, yet it resonated with a raw honesty that reached beyond the earthly confines of his field. The prayer was an echo in the quiet evening, a plea reaching to the heavens. Resting there in the fading light, Matthew felt a strange warmth, as if the very earth beneath him longed to speak. A quiet assurance seeped into his soul, a gentle nudging that whispered, "Continue on the path, I am with you." The words settled into his heart like seeds, quietly awaiting their moment to bloom into action. Breaking of the clouds. Inspired by this newfound peace, Matthew rose with renewed determination. He opened his heart to the wisdom imparted and took action. Each decision infused with a quiet but unyielding faith. He dug channels to better capture whatever brief rains might come, envisioning the pathways of water as conduits of hope and life. He mended fences with neighbors he'd once quarreled with over water rights, recognizing that unity could be just as vital as rain in these trying times. He stretched into weeks, his labor tireless and faithful, guided by the belief that his efforts were not in vain. The sun continued its relentless watch, but Matthew's spirit was rooted in something deeper, a trust in a purpose beyond his understanding. One evening, as the shadows lengthened and the air cooled, an unexpected breeze carried the scent of rain, an aroma so rich it was almost palpable. It was a promise that spoke to the deepest parts of his heart, stirring a hope he had dared not entertain. Clouds gathered overhead, their dark forms a stark contrast against the sun-bleached sky, promising long-awaited relief. With a sense of reverence, Matthew knelt in the field once more, each flutter of his heart a prayer of gratitude. The first drops fell, gentle at first, each a blessing in liquid form, then more insistent, a soft whisper building into a chorus of blessing that sang of renewal. He lifted his face to the sky, honoring the provision now falling upon the earth, the rain mingling with his tears. God of abundance, thank you for your steadfast love. Help us trust in your timing, to find strength in steadfast faith. breathe with sacred purpose. Each motion inside deliberate, like a benediction. The air, rich with doughy tang, hummed with life as flower danced. Softly Pedro, his hands a map of a baker's life, moved with practiced grace, finding comfort in the dough's warmth. Outside, cobblestones lay under early morning shadows. Within, golden light haloed Pedro's earnest face, casting gentle shadows of determination. Every need a company, a silent petition to the Lord, a devotion matching the oven's steady hum. Pedro's hands dusted in flour, paused for a whisper. Holy One, guide my work today. His prayer rose with warmth, a fragrant offering to the heavens, entwined with the sacred silence. Rivalry and revelation. As the day grew, the rivalry between Pedro and Antonio simmered like the autumn sun. Their competition as familiar as the cobblestone paths, a legacy passed down like their cherished recipes. By dusk, Pedro heard of Antonio's darkness. A power outage struck. Pedro paused, a crisis prayer forming within him, raw and tumultuous. Lord, what do I do? Is misfortune my gain? Yet you teach love. His heart wrestled between self-interest and compassion. The Holy One answered in a gentle whisper, love washes dusty feet. A profound peace washed over Pedro, urging him an invitation to grace that tugged at his spirit, insisting on kindness over competition. The sky darkened, rain pattered soothingly. Pedro, carrying freshly baked loaves, felt reassured as he stepped into the night. At Antonio's darkened bakery, shadows loomed, courage from prayer propelled Pedro forward. Inside, despondency clung to the walls. Antonio, head in hands, sat defeated. Pedro moved deliberately, placed bread on the counter as gently as a prayer. Thought you might need these, he said, each word flowing with divine guidance. Antonio looked up, surprise and gratitude mingling. Silence between them held sacredness, unspoken understanding, forgiveness. In breaking bread, years of enmity melted away, leaving only newfound friendship. testament to friendship. He makes me lie down in green pastures, Pedro mused. The psalmist's soul balm, recalling peace with shared bread and night rain, now joyful camaraderie. Through prayer and presence, rivalry melted into friendship. Each moment a testament to compassion's power. Cobblestone streets, once witnesses to rivalry, now echoed with shared laughter, rhythms of life renewed by love. Lord of mercy, shepherd of my soul, teach us to love as you love. May our hands be your hands, offering grace. Guide our paths with your eternal light. Amen.
Shadows in the attic. As evening cast its gentle, shadowy embrace over the Langston home, Marjorie Langston climbed the narrow, creaky stairs leading to the attic. Each step was a rhythmic echo of solitude, laden with the weight of memories that had etched their indelible marks upon her heart. The attic, a forgotten haven of nostalgia, awaited her presence as dust motes pirouetted lazily in the muted glow of the small, round window. This window, a silent custodian of the past, watched over the storied boxes that lined the cluttered space. Shadows stretched languidly across the cardboard containers, each holding within a chapter from her life with Elliot, her late husband. The time-worn rafters, their paint chipped and faded, whispered tales of yesteryears, while the faint aroma of cedar lingered, like a tender embrace from the past. With a hand that trembled slightly, Marjorie gently lifted the lid of a box labeled Elliot's Hymns. The scent of aged paper wafted up, fragrant with the love they had deeply shared. Her eyes lingered on the hymnals, their covers worn yet inviting, each one a passport to treasured moments. As her fingers brushed across the musical notes, they seemed to serenade her heart with a familiar melody, each note a step along the once shared path with Elliot. The warmth of the hymn was a soothing balm, and her hum wove itself with the rustling leaves outside the window. A sudden swell of harmony, like angels lifting their voices in celestial chorus, seemed to rise from the pages, the Lord of Mercy's presence entwined with the melody, a divine whisper threading through her reality. But, like a dream fading with the dawn, the moment dissolved, leaving Marjorie alone with her memories once more. The sudden knocking at the door was a sharp dissonance in the symphony of Marjorie's reverie. The hymnal's music ceased, her heart now echoing the urgent rhythm of the knock. The setting sun painted the world in hues of deep orange, shadows lengthening into the gathering dusk. Who could it be, she wondered, arriving as night crept over the town? Descending the stairs, Each step was a passageway bridging her past with the present. At the door stood Clara, her young neighbor, her face glowing with kindness and a hopeful invitation to a community gathering. Her voice carried an anticipation that seemed to mirror her own. Torn between her solitude and the possibility of new connections, Marjorie turned inward for guidance. Stepping back from the door, she whispered a prayer. "Shepherd of my soul, guide me through this fear. Show me your mercy's path." Her plea rose like incense into the heavens, carried on the wings of uncertainty.
Prayer and rain.
Outside, the rain began to patter softly on the roof, each drop a gentle nudge against the silence that enveloped Marjorie. Her spirit mirrored the weather, a swirling blend of doubt and anticipation. Silence reigned within her home, broken only by the steady ticking of the clock, each tick a heartbeat in her quiet sanctuary. Kneeling by the window, Marjorie let her fears spill forth her voice. A whispered confession rose to the heavens. "Holy One, forgive my fears. Fill me with courage and love to step into the world with open arms. Let your mercy guide me as promised in Psalm 23. In response, the rhythm of the raindrops transformed into a comforting symphony. Each droplet a note in God's divine composition piece. Like refreshing water, washed away her hesitation, leaving her spirit renewed rising. She felt her heart brim with grace, ready to embrace whatever lay ahead. Stepping into mercy, wrapped in her coat, Marjorie walked alongside Clara toward the community center. Their shared conversation a shelter against the night. The crisp air, each raindrop a note in night's harmonious song, heralded promises of hidden mercies and new beginnings.
Inside the warm embrace of the community center, laughter endless, greed and mercy. In the core of the attic hymn faces, awesome reunion forms a tapestry of stories, each a testament to the Lord's enduring presence. Marjorie stepped into this divine appointment, her heart wide open to both giving and receiving God's mercy. Her path illuminated by an unseen yet profound light.
Eternal Shepherd, guide me in your ways. Grant me strength to love beyond my fears. Fill my heart with grace and open doors anew, that I may serve you in every step and breath, reflecting your unfathomable mercy and love. Amen. Amen.
The old bus creaked its way along the sun-baked desert road, each bump launching tiny whirlwinds of sand that danced in its wake. The summer sun dominated the azure expanse above, casting a golden glow that seeped into the parched landscape. Inside, the heat was a living presence, wrapping itself around the weary travelers. Only the rhythmic whir of cicadas penetrated the murmurs of their fatigue. Sunlight filtered through dust-covered windows, creating dappled patterns that shifted with the bus's every jolt. Clara sat amongst them, her fingers gently tracing the edges of an envelope nestled in her satchel. Inside lay the confessions she hadn't yet found the courage to voice. Her heart recalled the serene echoes of her morning prayer. Lord of mercy, guide me to peace, a mantra whispered to the dawn. An elderly woman seated beside her offered a small cup of steaming tea, her smile as soothing as the drink itself. Clara accepted it gratefully, feeling a warmth that transcended the physical. The woman's voice, soft yet resonant, carried wisdom older than the desert sands. In all of life's seasons, the soul finds calm and trust, she said. Clara felt an inexplicable connection, as though this stranger was channeling divine insight directly to her heart. When the bus halted at a dusty rest stop, the passengers unfolded themselves beneath the spreading shade of acacia trees. Clara watched the elderly woman step aside to pray, her presence imbued with a sacred tranquility that seemed to magnify in the desert's expansive silence. The atmosphere shimmered, a mirage of heat and light engaged in a celestial ballet. Intrigued, Clara approached, her curiosity mingling with anticipation. "What's that you're saying?" she asked, her voice a respectful whisper. "Psalm 23, the woman replied, her words a gentle benediction that flowed from lips worn by both time and faith. Inspired, Clara felt a deep stirring within her soul, a yearning to cast off her burdens and seek divine guidance. "Holy One, I'm lost in my own deceit, guide me," she whispered into the arid breeze, her plea carried off into the ether by the wandering wind. A profound sense of peace enveloped her, soothing her inner tumult like a balm. Perceiving Clara's silent struggle, the woman extended a small, weathered booklet toward her. "Take this, dear child. It has traveled many roads," she imparted, her eyes gleaming with a light that suggested unseen depths of understanding.
Courage and confession.
Back on the bus, Clara opened the booklet, its pages filled with passages that poured light into the dark corners of her heart, igniting a flicker of courage. It was as if the woman had been placed in her path as a messenger, aligning divine providence with her need for redemption. As the bus rolled onward, its destination gradually revealed itself through the haze, a bustling cityscape emerging like a mirage from the desert. Each familiar landmark tightened Clara's resolve. She had to unravel the web of deceit she'd woven. Though her heart raced, the newfound calm she carried reassured her, like quiet skies after a tumultuous storm. Before she descended, Clara turned to thank the elderly woman, her voice imbued with sincerity. "Thank you for showing me how to trust."
The woman's knowing nod was her reply. The shepherd of your soul never leaves your side, she reminded, a parting gift of assurance, a leap into light.
Once home, Clara stared at her phone, fingers hesitating above the screen. Drawing strength from her earlier prayers, she offered up another silent plea for courage, then dialed her sister's number to confess her hidden past. With each truth she revealed, Clara felt the weight lifting, the path before her growing lighter. Her sister's response, compassionate and unexpectedly forgiving, flowed with the ease of a gentle stream. Clara understood then that God's guidance had prepared both their hearts, weaving their stories into the intricate tapestry of His design.
Gracious God, shepherd of my soul, in your vast mercy you guide my heart to truth. Grant me strength to walk in your light and in your word. night air, heavy with the scent of charred wood and acrid smoke, mingled with the relentless rain falling steadily from the midnight sky. It clung to everything, turning ash into sludge underfoot. Might call a hand, a seasoned firefighter stood alone beside the skeletal remains of a building reduced to embers just hours before. His smoke-stained jacket bore witness to the inferno he had battled, but the burden within his heart weighed heavier, an unseen force pressing upon him. Amidst the wreckage lay a child's drawing, miraculously unscathed, a fragile remnant of innocence. Amidst chaos, the vibrant crayon colors and stick figure family depicted beneath the rainbow pierced through the night's tragic events. A stark reminder of lost joy, kneeling in the muck. Mike reached for the drawing, clutching it to his chest in search of solace. Lord of mercy, he whispered, his voice breaking. It was a desperate prayer, raw and unfiltered. Why them and not me? With closed eyes and bowed head, he sought the shepherd of his soul, yearning for understanding, a balm to soothe his survivor's guilt. In the days that followed, Mike carried the drawing with him, a silent testament to the family who had perished. Each color radiated a story, an echo of laughter and life. Nights were hardest, they brought memories flickering like flames, seeking refuge in the firehouse chapel, a simple room with wooden benches and a solitary lamp. Mike found sanctuary. The silence, there was a presence, a sacred whisper within which he sought solace. Kneeling before the altar, surrounded by stillness, he touched the drawing's corner to his lips. Holy One, he murmured, surrender seeping into his prayer. Guide me through the shadow. It was then he felt a subtle shift, a warmth, a gentle nudging of his spirit. His heart, tangled with doubt and grief, began to unravel as he sensed peace, a quiet invitation to let go. Courage kindled within him like a nascent flame, urging him to let his faith illuminate the path ahead. It was a realization, not thunders, but in the delicate weaving of tranquility. With renewed courage, Mike returned to the charred lot, now a construction site for new beginnings, and approached the grieving relatives. The drawing, worn from prayers, became a bridge between his heart and theirs, a conduit of shared grief and budding hope. The sun broke through clouds, casting rays across the scene. May I offer this, he asked, tender yet steady, as he handed the drawing. Tears brimmed in a young mother's eyes, who had lost everything but spirit and hope. The moment stretched, filled with understanding and unspoken prayers. In the sun's warmth, the drawing glowed, reminding of love enduring beyond life.
next.
Thank you, she said, words of balm to his weary soul. Thank you for saving a piece of them. Her gratitude, simple yet profound, healed his scarred spirit. In her eyes, Mike saw hope's flicker, a testament to faith's enduring power. As the rains eased, stars broke through clouds, casting a glow over the scene, standing amidst the promise of new beginnings. Mike felt a weight lift, as if the Holy One untangled his grief's knots. The night sky, dotted with stars, whispered of new tomorrows, a celestial reminder of prayers unspoken but heard. Guide me through the shadows of my days. Illuminate my path with your perfect timing. Teach me to trust your light, even in the darkest night. Amen.
Tracing the star to forgiveness. Act I, rest stop under stars. The 18-wheeler's rumble faded as Jack parked at a lonely rest stop, under an ink-black sky dotted with countless stars. They seemed like old friends winking conspiratorially in silence. Jack turned off the engine, rolled down the window, and let the deep quiet wash over him. Broken only by the rustle of leaves in the crisp air. The icy air invigorated him, a reminder of the life pulsing through his veins. Hands shoved in pockets, Jack stepped away from the truck to gaze at the celestial panorama. The universe pressed gently on him, and a heavy sensation filled his heart. Years of lonely roads had erected walls between him and his family, each mile a brick in the expanding distance, especially with his daughter, Emily. Their last argument echoed in his thoughts, harsh words and unresolved bitterness. He clenched his fists, feeling the cold seep through his skin, each knuckle a testament to his strain and regrets.
Lord of mercy, he breathed into the stillness, his voice a fragile thread stretching into the vastness. Help me, I wanna be a better father.
His voice faltered, swallowed by the night's enormity yet. As if in response, a gentle breeze whispered across his face, a subtle affirmation that his prayer had been heard, resonating quietly like a soft note of hope. Past mistakes. Jack returned to the driver's seat, the heater's warmth seeping into him. Chasing away the chill in his bones, he closed his eyes, drawing a deep breath, heavy with reflections. The endless ribbon of asphalt unfurled in his mind. Time to ruminate on past mistakes, missed birthdays, shattered promises.
Shepherd of my soul, he prayed with fervor, fingers clinging to the steering wheel for steadiness amidst the inner storm. Guide me by
Stars twinkled, their ancient light whispering hope and possibility. Jack opened his eyes to their glow, feeling a nudge like a quiet call to action. He reached for his phone, the device heavy with unsaid words. The call. Tentative yet determined, he dialed Emily's number, each ring stretched time, a silent plea in his trembling hands. Holy One, give me strength. Hello? Emily's voice came, cautious, distant, a familiar melody etched with guarded emotion. Hi, sweetheart, it's Dad. He swallowed hard, words snagging in his throat like jagged hooks. I know I haven't been there, not like I should have, I want to change. Silence yawned between them, an ocean of hurt and unspoken words casting shadows. Jack closed his eyes, feeling his prayers' weight resonant in her pause like a pendulum between hope and despair. I've missed you, Emily murmured, her voice a gentle breeze, a crack in her heart's fortress. The words warmed Jack, more comforting than any heater, a star perhaps lighting the way home. The stars guided us, their conversation flowed haltingly, words shy at first like timid shoots, breaking through frozen earth, each poignant with emotion. Emily spoke of her world, school, dreams, fears, each syllable a gift, wrapped in sincerity. Jack listened intently, offering comfort, each wrapped in silent prayers for wisdom and understanding. Soft shared silences filled spaces between words like the gentle glow of stars in a moonless sky. As the call ended, Jack felt lightness in his chest, a burden lifted, a veil parting to reveal light. He looked once more at the sky, the stars seemed to trace a path, guiding him homeward to the heart of what truly mattered. Truly mattered. Holy One, light my path, guide me through the darkness, mend what is broken within me, and lead me back to love's embrace. Amen.
The chill of dawn retreated as pale gold light seeped through the shelter's cracked windows, casting a soft glow on the rows of worn beds. Arriving early, the air still whispered of night's cold, its remnants clinging to the cement walls. Ellie, the shelter's matron, greeted me with a warm smile, her eyes crinkling with kind familiarity. She reminded me of our task, to ensure each guest had a blanket against the night's chill. A simple gesture of dignity. A solitary lamp flickered over a pile of blankets, their softness promising solace in the harsh world outside. As I moved my fingers across the fabric, a calm settled over me, a ritual anchoring us to hope. Yet my heart skipped. A blanket was missing. Trivial, perhaps, but the thought of someone spending their night without its warmth haunted me, a pebble in the shoe of my conscience. Lord of mercy, I whispered, stepping outside into the morning's frigid embrace. My breath formed a cloud of mist as I prayed, pleading, show me who needs this tonight. Let your grace find the unseen wound. The cold press close as if urging me closer to his warmth. The day blurred with activities, serving meals with care, listening to stories edged with hardship, each face a canvas of untold struggles still. The missing blanket lingered like a forgotten song's refrain, weaving its melody through my thoughts. As night fell, the shelter transformed into a haven of quiet murmurs and rustling cloth. Rain tapped against the roof. A lullaby for the weary sleep evaded me, my mind echoing the same question. I retreated to a chapel corner, its silence a sanctuary against my storming thoughts, kneeling before an altar draped in shadow and light. The chill of the floor grounded me in prayer. Shepherd of my soul, I prayed, surrendering my anxiety into his hands. Guide me to where I am needed most. Make me a vessel of your peace. In that quiet surrender, a warmth filled my heart, a gentle nudge. Give what you have nearby, lay my sturdy shoes. Unlike the tattered pair worn by Gerard, a guest who lingered in shadows with untold stories in his eyes. A silent request for compassion. A gift of grace. With newfound resolve, I approached Gerard, led by an unseen hand that seemed to part the shadows around him. He stood under the shelter's dim porch light, staring into the rain-soaked night, his silhouette a portrait of endurance against a muted world. Gerard, I called softly, stepping into the cool night where the rain played a cleansing symphony on the cobblestones. He turned, his eyes weary yet kind, seeking solace in the gesture. You're out here late, he observed, his voice blending seamlessly with the night's quiet chorus. I knelt before him, heart light with decision. I want you to have these, I said, offering the shoes like a sacred gift, an olive branch of comfort. And my blanket is yours tonight. His eyes widened, tears mingling with the rain, each drop a testament to our shared humanity. Why? He asked, his voice fragile between disbelief and hope that carried a decade of silent prayers. Because God's grace heals the deepest wounds, I replied, guided by his presence, feeling the divine love weaving through that moment, wrapping us both in its embrace. The rain eased to a mist, the dawn a whisper on the horizon, spreading fingers of light through the retreating clouds. Gerard slipped into the shoes, his smile tentative with gratitude, cradling the blanket as if it were a treasure. We stood in silence, the lamp's glow illuminating the transformation within us, our spirits woven into the fabric of this new day. An overwhelming sense of peace enveloped me, like finding a long-lost key to a locked door in my heart. "Bless you," Gerard murmured, his voice a prayer, echoing off the walls of our shared sanctuary.
I nodded, knowing I received more than I gave. We watched the first light break the darkness, a testament to simple gifts and answered prayers. Dawn painted with God's enduring grace. In that moment, we witnessed the miracle of ordinary love. Holy One, guide my heart to see beyond the scene, to find your whisper in the shadows. May my hands give freely as you have given, that your grace might heal gentle wounds. Amen.
Extending grace in the rain. Act I, a night at the shelter. The rain danced upon the city streets as I hurried to the community shelter. Each droplet under the streetlights created a mosaic on the wet pavement, the persistent drumbeat of rain against my umbrella. Accompany my brisk pace while crisp air added mist to each breath. Inside, warmth embraced me, contrasting the biting cold outside. The room buzzed with murmurs of people seeking refuge from the storm. As a volunteer, my task was simple yet profound, ensuring each bed had a blanket against the night's chill. Moving through the room, a subtle unease crept over me. We were short on blankets, and a man in the corner shivered under his thin jacket. His weary eyes reflected countless nights of survival, a knot formed in my stomach, a tangible sign of helplessness. Quietly, I retreated to the supply room, seeking solitude amidst the bustling shelter. Lord of mercy, I whispered, my voice a breath against the rain's rhythm. Help me. Help them. Returning to the main hall, my heart felt heavy. The storm mirrored my inner turmoil. The rain a reminder of the gap between need and provision. I couldn't produce another blanket, no matter how I wished. The man shifted again. His jacket visibly inadequate, an insistent thought entered my mind. A divine whisper. Let your table grow longer, it echoed, wrapping around my heart like an encouraging embrace. Shepherd of my soul, I prayed, teach me to extend your grace. With resolve, I approached him and offered my blanket, a gesture of sacrifice and necessity. His eyes widened in surprise before gratitude settled in. He accepted it with a nod, unspoken thanks softening his features amid sacrifice. Peace washed over me, a balm for my earlier anxiety. The room glowed, as if God's light had threaded through the rain outside. As time slipped away, it was time to leave. The storm persisted, an inescapable companion. Stepping into the drizzle, a fellow volunteer pointed to a young woman at the entrance. Her bare feet, reddened by the chill, stood stark against the wet ground. She hesitated, scanning for dry spots with longing, her shivering form a tableau of vulnerability. I felt it again. The divine whisper's unmistakable tug, Holy One. I prayed, show me how to step forward in faith. The answer was clear. Untying my shoes, I offered them to her, astonished. Her gaze met mine, disbelief and gratitude transforming her expression. Smiling softly, she slipped them on, each lace up an act of grace, watching her walk away. Each step carried renewed hope beneath the gentle rain. A longer table. The wet ground chilled my sock-clad feet, each step a personal communion with the earth. Yet within me warmth blossomed, a joy from obedience, from becoming an instrument of God's unfathomable love. In these sacred moments we were connected, each kind act weaving us into a greater tapestry of His love. Through small acts, God's table indeed grew longer, encompassing us in His infinite grace. The rain, though cold, carried whispers of angels, each drop a reminder of the divine presence we are called to emulate.
Lord of all comfort, guide our steps in the path of your peace. May our action reflect your love and kindness. Help us to extend grace wherever you lead us, with each prayer and step. Let us build your kingdom on earth. Amen. Amen. Beneath the crimson sky, cacti, the river's lament. Dust descends over the city, painting it in crimson and gold. Skyscrapers stand like sentinels, reflected in the river's gentle current. I sit on the riverbank, my guitar cradled in my lap. The scent of damp earth and distant street food mingles in the evening breeze as the city hums its nightly tune. I strum my guitar, the first note smooth, but then a string snaps with a sharp twang, leaving a discordant echo. I stare at the broken string, feeling as unraveled as it dreams deferred and paths untaken. Lord of mercy, I whisper, my voice lost among the rustling leaves. Why does everything I touch seem to fall apart? Show me my purpose, guide my hands. The river murmurs softly beside me, yet I hear no clear answer. I close my eyes, seeking solace in the rhythm of my breath, trying to listen beyond my doubts. Silence echoes within, Yet I hold on, waiting for a sign as elusive as the evening mist. Street lamps flicker on, casting a soft glow. Footsteps crunch on the gravel path, and a stranger emerges, a young man with a humble smile. His eyes kind, he hums a tune that feels both familiar and foreign, weaving into the stillness, reviving a song buried in my heart. That song, he says, his voice warm, reminds me of hope. I hum it when the world feels heavy. The melody is ancient yet new, carrying history and yearning that transcends words. The simplicity of his presence is a balm to my spirit, with an unspoken understanding. He kneels next to me on the dew-kissed grass. Sometimes when we're lost, it's not the song that's wrong, it's the way we hear it. May I pray with you? Together we bow our heads amidst dust whispers. Shepherd of my soul, he prays his words like rain on parched soil. Guide us through our doubts. May we walk with those who are heavy laden, sharing their burdens as you share ours. His prayer is soothing, filling the void left by despair. His sincerity opens a space within me, where vulnerability meets grace. A fragile faith almost forgotten. I see my snap string not as an end, but as a call to change, to adapt my song to the present, to the Holy One who hears even in silence. The river's murmur becomes a chorus, confirming I am not alone. We rise, my spirit lighter. I thank him and he departs, steps fading into the night. I watch, holding on to the light he brought into my soul. Alone again, but not lonely. I retune my guitar, letting the remaining strings resonate. A raw, unrefined harmony full of promise. The music flows unbound by perfection, shaped by whispers and a stranger's prayer. Each note is a prayer, a dialogue with the Holy One, echoing with renewed promise. I understand now. My song is a journey, a path with those cast aside, the oppressed and forgotten. Their stories intertwined with mine, each burden yet bound by the same melody. By the river under the sky, I find sacred connection, a calling to listen, accompany, and heal. City lights twinkle like stars, a reminder of the divine in the mundane, the sacred in our journey. Holy One, your guidance is my light. Help me walk with those who suffer, to hear their silent cries and share their journey. May my life be a song of hope and healing, a testament to your love. Amen. casting its pale gold light upon the cracked soil that lay like a tapestry of forgotten tales, silent testimonies to the earth's struggle under nature's unforgiving rule. The sun began its ascent, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, colors that belied the desperation that weighed heavily in the air. I knelt beside the gnarled roots of a once thriving peach tree. Its branches stretched skyward like twisted specters pleading for mercy, their skeletal fingers seeming to scratch at the heavens for relief. The dusty air hung around me, a constant stifling reminder of the drought's relentless grip, choking the very life from everything it touched. Daily my fields edge closer to becoming barren wastelands. I ran my fingers across the sharpness of the earth, a tactile reminder of my helplessness against forces much greater than myself. The ground seemed to whisper of an abundant past now, relegated to distant dreams. Lord of mercy, I whispered, my voice trembling like the leaves clinging to withered branches. We need rain, the land is thirsty, and so am I. Show me a path through this desolation. The words rose from deep within, an earnest cry from the core of distress. Like a bird finally freed from its cage, the prayer fluttered towards heaven. As I stood dusting the dry soil from my jeans, comfort still eluded me. Yet as if in response to my plea, a quiet presence lingered, inviting me to listen more deeply. A gentle morning breeze brushed against my skin, a whisper of divine assurance that God was indeed there. A seed of hope, and days stretched into weeks, and the sky continued to withhold its blessing of rain. Each morning I found myself standing in witness to the decline of my crops. The once proud corn now slumping under the unrelenting gaze of the sun. But there came a morning that felt different, infused with a breeze that carried a seed of hope, brushing against my weary soul. The soft light of dawn painted gold strokes along the horizon, and I paused at the edge of my field, feeling the texture of prayer and the heavy weight of the soil. Stark reminders of all that was at stake. Shepherd of my soul, I prayed, my words flowing like a gentle river, carving its path through an unyielding stone, shaped by longing and humility. I've tried with my own hands, my understanding. I surrender to your ways now. What must I do to bring beauty from these ashes? In the stillness that followed, an answer came, not with thunderous proclamation, but as a gentle impression upon my heart. prepare the soil, as if rain were already coming. It was an invitation to faith, an act of trust that required action before confirmation, belief before sight. Trust in action, with renewed purpose and a heart buoyed by the promise of faith. I gathered my tools and set to work on the earth. My hands reacquainted themselves with the soil, breaking clods and turning it over, as if uncovering hidden treasures. The redmond scrape of metal against earth formed a symphony of hope. Each spadeful became a prayer, a testament of faith in unseen provision. Neighbors watched from a distance, their heads shaking at what appeared to them as a futile endeavor. Their skeptical glances felt like burning brands, yet their doubt only served to fuel the courage within me, strengthening my resolve. Despite the exhaustion that settled in, under the watchful eye of the sun, nothing could dull the spark ignited by that whispered guidance. Each seed I planted was a declaration of expectation, a promise that beauty could rise from the dust. I imagined those seeds as tiny beacons, anchoring my hope in the soil, ready to burst forth at the promise of rain. Dark unexpectedly, as if draped with a cloak of hidden promise. A cool breeze swept over the field, like a breath of fresh hope. I stood at my home's threshold, eyes lifted to the sky as clouds gathered, their shadows weaving a tapestry of anticipation across the map.
The hospital corridor seemed endless, lined with doors and filled with the sterile scent of antiseptic and faint coffee. Evening light filtered through windows, casting long shadows that danced across the floor, echoing my racing heart. I thought of my father's stories from childhood, now so distant. Approaching his room, my heart beat a frantic prayer, feelings dense and ready to spill like the rain outside. Inside, machines beeped around my father. Once robust, now frail, I sank into a chair, feeling the weight of unspoken words and regrets. God, shepherd of my soul, I prayed silently, my hands clasped tightly.
Hold us in this night, let your truth light our path, for I am lost in this shadow.
A flicker of warmth touched my heart, sunlight through storm clouds.
A nurse entered, her presence a melody of compassion, nodding gently before leaving. Her jasmine perfume, a reminder of life's subtle beauty.
Hours slip by in whispers and sighs, with the rhythmic hum of lights and monitors almost comforting fatigue. drove me to the hallway, seeking solace, the rain a soothing hymn outside. I leaned against the wall, the chill of tiles contrasting with warm tears. Lord of mercy, I uttered, my voice a gentle ripple. Show me the way through this fear, bring your peace to doubt. Help me carry the flame of truth even when it flickers. In that stillness, divine presence seemed to hush the rain. My father's teachings echoed in my mind. God's truth was a flame we must carry, even when it burned low. My phone vibrated, a digital reminder of the world beyond these walls, the vibration inviting possibilities I feared to grasp. The familiar name on my phone glowed softly. My sister. We hadn't spoken since a family argument. Holding my breath, I answered, her voice tentative yet resolute. Her request to talk was a bridge over misunderstanding, igniting a spark of forgiveness within me, long buried beneath pride.
Yes, I whispered, my voice mingling with the rain and dawn's glow. I wanna make things right.
Through hesitant words, we mended burnt bridges. As we spoke, God's truth warmed us, the flame vibrant and alive, guiding our reconciliation. A new dawn emerged, our journey back to one another lit by grace and mercy. The past, a tapestry of lessons, testified to love and faith's enduring strength. Holy One, guide our hearts from shadow into your light. Ignite within us the flame of your truth, that we may carry it faithfully. Fill our souls with the peace that surpasses understanding. In your mercy, help us find courage in surrender.